So, past defeat on the final day, what were your thoughts on that performance?
I think the game as a whole was flat. I think obviously they've had it wrapped up, obviously since last week. Listen, I think we had to win something 14-0 to get it wrapped up. So, and again for us, we're an eye on next week. It was just the game was just flat. I think it was a non-event. I think once they got the first goal, I think it was difficult. I think first half they probably had the better chances. I think second half we did well. I think we had a couple of chances there in the second half where, I think if we would have nicked one, it might have been a different game. But I think overall, just a typical end of the season game, flat, and kind of just wanting to wrap things up and move on. Really, I've just got that vibe today from the side, not just us. I think overall, really.
Obviously, one of the goals was a worldie in the second half. The first one, back post tapping. But overall, how do you think your defence performed today?
I don't think they performed well at all in the first 30 minutes. It wasn't complicated what they were trying to do. They play forward very quickly early. They get the ball forward very, very quick, and at the first chance they can do. But it's into the right area, it's fed in and behind, or it's into feet. And we didn't see that. We weren't picking up runners, weren't looking at runners, and it wasn't just one. They got him 3 or 4 times at the same ball. So, strong words were said at half time on that side of things. But I think second half, I think we defended a hell of a lot better, learnt from his mistakes, and I think defended better as a back four in the second half, but not the first.
Obviously, your number one came off. Seb, firstly, how is he?
I ain't talked to him much yet. I think I'll probably speak to him tomorrow. He's obviously will get treatment in there now off the physio, and we'll reassess it tomorrow. I think there's no point in looking at things now. I think we need it to die down. He's got obviously a pain in his back, so hopefully it's just a niggle and we can get himself done. But I thought Kendo did really well when he come on. To be fair, I think he did excellent, and credit to him.
Obviously, Kendo, a club legend, probably I think it was 99, his first appearance for Worksop. How good was it for him to also come down, have a little cameo in the last game of the season? Yeah, I think it's been great when he's been around us. The last couple of training sessions, the last game, he's a great pro and a good lad, really, really good lad. In the short space I've got to know him, I can see he's got a big heart, and the club means a lot to him. So it's great to have him in and around. And he's a good asset for us, and you can see, in the way he played when he come on there against the top of the league, how well he's done and kept his set in shape, really. Obviously, that wraps up the league season. What are your thoughts on the season as a whole? Obviously, we've talked about it being a bit of a near miss.
Yeah, I think as a whole, you finish. I'm a massive believer in managers will come out and they'll say this and say that and blame this and blame that and everything else, whatever. But you finish where you finish because of what you've got as a side, as a club, and we are where we are. It's up for us now to rebuild and build on where we are this year and improve next year and have a really good go. And that's the key thing. We've got to recruit right. We have so far done some excellent business in the recruitment for next year. And that's one thing I think these guys, across there, celebrated done well. They got in early, they recruited strong, and that's why they're the champions. We've got to really kind of ensure that we follow suit, really, and we have done. And this year for me is just the league table don't lie, and we finish where we finish, and that's where we should end up because of certain things. But that's that.
Obviously, you can hear them celebrating the title lift, which can hurt a little bit. But what are you looking for from a Craig Parry side next season to hopefully replicate what they have?
That 100%. You watch these today. I've seen a lot of managers come out and not criticise them, but have a pop, regarding money and spent this and spent that and this, that and the other. But do you know what? You've still got to manage them. You've still got to build them together, and the togetherness they've got as a side is brilliant, and that gets you 10-15 points alone. So for us, it does hurt, someone winning the championship here on your own ground. But what we've got to do is look at it from a positive and say, do you know what? In 12 months' time, that's got to be us, and that's the sort of side that I guarantee will be here next year. It's you look at the record of myself for the last 5-6 years. I don't think I've finished outside the second place in in finishing a full season. So it hurts for me not to be in the mix. So for me, it's important that we are in the mix, and this club becomes a winning side. And I think we've got to look at the realism of it, is that I think the club's only won 3 titles since the 1960s, I think, in that side of things. So for me, I want to be adding that and putting that to bed, and ensuring that we can be winners next year, and we can be over there celebrating with music on and families out there, and become winners, because that's what, you know, I'm in football to do, and that's what I want to do myself. So, you know, I think it's only right that next season that we all, you know, have a really good going, and ensure that we're the ones over there singing, dancing and picking up trophies.
And I suppose, just to end it, a positive after the last 18 months of uncertainty, a pandemic, how good is it just to be able to put a dot on a season and get that just under your line, everyone enjoying football all year round now?
I think it's important for every football club. I think for this as well, you know, you look at the club here and what he's put down, and what's been built here is been great. It deserves all the infrastructure that's been spent on this, and unbelievable from the chairman and the committee and what they've done here. And I think it's so vital that it's now got a full season underneath its belt here in football, and you know, this place deserves success, and it's important that we bring that next year, and it's important that we again have another full season and really make sure it's successful.